In this episode of What's Next, we're taking a look at the Microsoft tablet, or rather PC, or as Microsoft calls it, the new Surface. Microsoft held a surprise event in mid-June where they outlined their intentions with Windows 8 and how they hope to rejuvenate not only their software business, but also, for the first time, we're going to see a Microsoft-branded computer. So in a lot of different ways, this was a really historic keynote address. These are the highlights.
Windows is the heart and soul of Microsoft. With Windows 8, we've reimagined the Windows product. We designed Windows 8 for the world we know, in which most PCs are mobile and the ability to create content from anywhere, anytime. Bill Gates and Paul Allen made a bet on software. At the same time, it was always clear that our unique view of what software could do would require us to push hardware, sometimes in ways that even the makers of the hardware themselves had yet to envision. Much like Windows 1.0 needed the mouse to complete the experience, we wanted to give Windows 8 its own companion hardware innovation. This is the new Microsoft Surface.
We see a tablet that is designed the way that Windows has been designed. A tablet that's a great PC. A PC that's a great tablet. 9.3 millimeters. Full-size USB port. The edges are beveled away at 22 degrees with a full magnesium case. At under 1.5 pounds, I'm running Internet Explorer. It's 10.6-inch widescreen display, dual 2x2 MIMO antennas. We built a stand into the device. And when not in use, it just fades away. And Corning Gorilla Glass 2.0, we built a magnetic connector into the device to hold it very securely. Click. You heard that. It's solid. This cover is just 3 millimeters. Why shouldn't we just take this Surface and make it a full multi-touch keyboard? But it's a modern trackpad with left and right buttons. This Surface is connected to external HDMI. The camera is angled at 22 degrees. Everybody at the table, their head is perfectly framed into the picture. Now what's really neat is I could also have, using the multitasking capabilities, I could dock the camera app there, and now I can record a video or an interview and take notes. So in addition to working on the NVIDIA ARM processor, we're also working on a Surface for Windows 8 Professional.
This is Surface for Windows 8 Pro. People who use their PC every day to design and to create things, this is a great choice for you. It's less than 2 pounds and less than 14 millimeters. It's a full PC. This is a clear-type full HD display. Create the effect that your eye can't distinguish between the individual pixels. It has dual high-performance antennas, 0.7 millimeter thin kickstand. This PC has specs that rival those of the finest Ultrabooks that have ever been announced. The Ivy Bridge processor, a GPU that has double the 3D graphics throughput, all while using less power than today's Core i5s. There's no obvious place to put a vent. Perimeter venting. You see this groove that goes all the way around the outside of the case? This allows air to be uniformly distributed across the entire PC when necessary. Surface for Windows 8 Pro supports digital inking, and I could do ink. Sampled at 600 DPI. Windows sees the proximity of the pen and stops taking touch input so my hand doesn't mess up what I'm writing. You can see the little magnetic charging connector there. It just clicks in. So now with DisplayPort, I can take this PC, I can dock it, and this kind of a PC is powerful enough to run big applications like Photoshop, Autodesk, SolidWorks, USB 3.0, and the new USB super speed drives. This is Surface Type Cover. 1.5 millimeter travel. It has a full modern trackpad with clicking buttons.
This was built as a stage for Windows 8. We had the hardware fade to the background for this product in a way that when you hold it, it feels light, it feels airy. There are over 200 custom parts built from the inside out of this product to make it come to life. We really wanted to get the sound right, so you get that visceral feeling, that emotional attachment to your product when you open this kickstand and close it. And let me bring VaporMag to life just a little bit here so you can understand a little bit more of what we did. We mold to 0.65. You'll notice I'm going to connect it now to my blue touch cover. So I just click it in as you would expect. The surface turns blue along with my touch cover, and you have a beautiful integration of hardware and software. It had to be 3 millimeters thin. We force you to not miss. When you carry it against your books, it'll feel like it's another book. It has an accelerometer built into it. The moment you fold it back, we know you fold it back. There's actually 7 layers pressed right into touch cover to keep it 3 millimeters thin. Your keyboard can't fire when you put your hands down. And note as I put pressure on the J key, how the pressure goes up as I push harder, and as I release, the pressure comes off. And as I start to type, it knows how many keys I've hit. I hope you love it.
Surface for Windows RT will be available in both a 32 and a 64 gigabyte model, and will be priced like comparable tablets that are based on ARM. Surface for Windows 8 Professional will come in 64 gigabyte and 128 gigabyte storage models, and will have a retail price comparable with competitive Ultrabook class PCs. Now, of course, retail availability for the Windows RT PC will be at the time of the Windows 8 general availability, and for Windows 8 Pro about 3 months later. So welcome everybody to Surface.
Why now? Why now? We took the time to really get Surface and Windows 8 right. Because of Windows 8, the Surface is a PC. The Surface is a tablet. Very, very exciting, and I want to thank you all for being part of today's event.